Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. Your boy's feeling a lot better because I'm now more of awake than what you guys seen this morning. So thank you guys. But of course, today we're going to be talking about something I kind of also want you guys' opinions on. So definitely share your opinions in the comments down below because I'm going to be reading all of them and obviously hearting and interacting with you guys throughout this, right? But I've been thinking basically of how well it kind of was really since I read the dev notes, right? But how well Nikke has been doing so far since they released and what they should do to make their game better, what they should keep doing and what they should probably remove and stuff like that. So definitely share those topics and your ideas with me in the comments down below because I'm actually curious to see what a lot of you guys are going to say, that you feel like personally Nikke needs to add to be better, what they need to remove to be better, and what they should keep doing to, you know, stay on the track they're at. So make sure you guys subscribe and like if you guys like these videos, more of these interactive community-based videos, 100%. And let's get into it. So first off, again, we're hitting the half-year anniversary for Nikke, right? It's been almost 6 months since the game has dropped. And I feel like Nikke has already done a great job in terms of content and updates for their game to remain at the top, right? Obviously, the game dropped November. The first 2 months, this is how I believe your roadmap should be for a game. The first 2 months of a new gacha game should be more of like the honeymoon period, right? More of like just the still people settling in, right? And then I feel like your third and fourth month should just be big stuff, right? Big stuff. And then from there on, you should probably have a month or 2 months, probably just a month, right? Of just nothing. And then you go back into the big stuff, right? And I think Nikke actually did that perfectly, right? So obviously when the game dropped in November, again, it was brand new. So you're in the honeymoon phase, honeymoon phase, right? You're in the honeymoon phase. And then also after that, we get a month in. Now we're more in we're settling. I want to say we're in a settling phase, right? Because we're still not at end game. No, we're definitely still not at end game. But we're at a point now where we're familiar with Nikke and stuff like that. Now the third month, we're kind of like we have a lot of players closer to endgame, if not already in endgame and stuff like that. But now in the third month, they should drop something big, and Nikke did, which was the winter Christmas celebration, obviously. And then after that, they dropped Modernia, which was very big, right? Then I think they took they kind of went down, just a little chill update, right? I mean, I guess technically the The Outsider big event was kind of big as well, right? Slightly big, actually. So they did a good job there. And then after all that, they had a collab, right? And I think the Chainsaw Man collab with Nikke was the greatest thing they could have done because they didn't choose a collab we've seen before, right? Now, I've seen people tell me that there was another gacha game, like a dragon gacha game, that had a Chainsaw Man collab, but I've never heard of it before. It's not a very popular game, but it did have a Chainsaw Man collab, right? So not many people are aware, but Nikke is a game a lot of people are aware about. So to have a collab with an anime that is, one, new, two, popular. Chainsaw Man during that season was one of the most popular, if not the most popular anime airing. So for your game to have a collab with whatever the most popular at that time, the most popular anime is at that time, it's very good for your game. So I feel like Nikke did a fantastic job at planning out what to do, right? Now, they're starting to do stuff that I'm liking. For example, the full burst. If you guys don't know what the full burst event, basically, it's when your simulation room and your interception become double drops, right? Which is very good because you kind of already have a low chance. If I can show you guys, you already have a very low chance of getting what you're kind of looking for when it comes to the gear in special interception, being the manufacturing gear, right? And not only can you not get manufacturing gear from the regular boxes, but you can only actually get them from the extra reward boxes, which you have to complete the Tactic Academy in order to unlock these, right? So I think having double rewards, basically giving us another chance to get these, like double it, right? Double the chance of getting these was a very good thing. And it seems like they're doing it every weekend, right? Because we got it the last weekend, we got it the weekend before, and now we're getting it this weekend and the weekend after this. So I think they did a great job with all that stuff. Another thing I like that Nikke added were these little boxes here. So basically they're guaranteed. It's like fragments, right? You collect, if you complete all 9 stages, you get 20. Obviously, depending on the stage, it's less or higher. obviously, but let's go off of stage 9. If you beat stage 9, you get 20, and you can do this 3 times, essentially getting 60 a day and 120 if you can beat all 9 stages on full burst day, which is, again, double drops. This was a very, very good update from Nikke because it guarantees you a manufacturing piece of any manufacturing, either supporter, attacker, or defender, and it just guaranteed you a manufacturing piece, which could be good or bad. Maybe you would get something you want, and it would be easier for you to get it like this, or maybe you didn't get something at all. You didn't get anything useful. But the fact that you still can get these over time and get them quite easily and consistently a week, I want to say it's kind of very, very good on their part. So I think they're doing a good job there. In terms of their events, I think the events they do are great because it's never too big, right? Every event they've had in the game has been one of these types of events where you kind of have to log in. You only get 5 stamina a day. You have to log in every day. And then obviously 5 stages unlock every day. And when you beat all the stages, you have to wait like a week until the next mode comes out. So I think they do a great job in terms of kind of keeping players to log in and stay around, right? Because for the first week, for example, the first day, 5 stages will be out. The second day, the rest of the stage will unlock. And then for the rest of the week, I'm just repeating, doing the 1 stage to get the mats that I need, either core dust boxes or credits or battle data set cases and stuff like that. And then when the next week rolls around, again, day 1, you do the first 5. The second day, you do the rest of the stages. And from there, you keep going. So it kind of has players come back and basically come back and guarantee log on to come back and do their events, right? And not to mention, the shop is always pretty good, right? It gives you a multi on limited banners. It also gives you a multi on the regular banners, gives you some skill manuals, some burst manuals, some mats, some consoles, right? Some attacker common consoles, defender common consoles. So I feel like they do a great job there in terms of keeping players to stay for an event, no matter what the event is, right? Obviously, some events will have more than others, but some events, I think they do a great job there. Now, one thing I dislike about Nikke that I wish they did fix, where it's really just the tower. I think my biggest problem with Nikke is these towers here, right? The Elysion Tower, the Missilus Tower, the Tetra Tower. And the reason why is because essentially, if I can show you guys here, they give out these fragments, right? These fragments, these molds, basically. When you get 50 of them, you basically have a chance. You have a chance to get a SSR of somebody in that manufacturing corp. But the problem is it's not guaranteed. It's a 50% chance for SSR, and then it's a 30% for SR, and then 20 for R. The reason why I feel like this should be guaranteed 100% is because these recycle a day, or they cycle daily, and you can only do 3 a day, right? So for example, Elysion happened today. I won't be seeing the Elysion one for another 2 days, right? I won't be seeing Elysion one for 2 days. So I feel like, especially when it comes to, especially the Pilgrim one, right? Because they just added the feature where when you beat, like, every 5 stage, when you beat a 5th stage or whatever, every other 5 stages, you can now buy fragments, right? For either $1, $5, or $10 USD. You can just buy the fragments, and they gives you quite a lot. But apparently the Pilgrim Tower one doesn't have that. And I feel like since Pilgrims are already very hard to get in the game, in terms of their rarity and stuff like that, that should be guaranteed too. Because one, not a lot of players, even day 1 players, I've asked in my chat many times, a lot of day 1 players don't even have more than 3 or 2 pilgrims, and they can't even get that far in the Pilgrim Tower because they don't have the pilgrims they need, right? Obviously, Nikke gives out currency daily from their daily missions or from events and stuff like that. They do give out currency, but that doesn't mean I'm guaranteed a pilgrim, right? So I feel like for especially the Pilgrim Tower, it should be guaranteed a pilgrim, right? Even if it's still randomized, it should still be guaranteed a pilgrim. That's really my only gripe with this game. But I feel like they've been doing everything else right. Clearly, right? Nikke averages around $40 million a month, right? Obviously, I know you guys seen revenue videos for this month and last month. It says like $28-30 million, but that's just because we now got a PC port, right? Those videos, those revenue videos you guys see are only on mobile devices, right? And majority of people spend on PC now. So essentially, Nikke is still averaging around $40 million a month, right? Which is crazy. You would think a game like Nikke would not even make $1 million, but Nikke averages that much money a month. It's insane. So I feel like they deserve it because they do the right things. Again, not everyone's gonna love Nikke. Not everyone is going to enjoy Nikke. But at the end of the day, for the game Nikke is, I feel like they do a good job at keeping their players, right? Because I'm focused on doing a lot of stuff. Their content is fairly difficult, right? It's not content where you have to, like, you can just go ahead and beat everything under the sun, right? It's something that takes a lot of time, right? The only people who can actually rush through all the content are people who are willing to spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? I feel like those are the only players, right? But because again, Nikke is kind of expensive in terms of their packs, especially since a lot of these packs you can only pick up once. For example, when they have big events and you have the limited recruit vouchers, I can only buy this $100 pack once, and then I'm forced to go buy gems, right? That's essentially how it is. So Nikke, in terms of, you know, difficulty, I feel like it's there. I think they do a good job, especially for people who have the patience to wait around and, you know, slowly grind up their account to get to that point. I feel like Nikke does a fantastic job with the difficulty level to keep players around. Like I said before, the game is not going to be for everyone, but as of right now, I think really all they have to do is simply fix that tower, right? I think everything else they do is a lot. If you guys have ideas, let me know in the comments, like I said before. And if you guys have ideas for what you would want Nikke to add for specific events, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'm curious to see what you guys would want for different events. I would want majority of the events to be like the Christmas event, where we had 2 story stages, being the hard and normal, and then I guess it was just normal and then a hard and normal of story 2, and then a mini game with it, like a login event. I would want them to do that, but I feel like in terms of currency and stuff like that, they already do a pretty good job for just regular events, right? Obviously. But definitely let me know in the comments down below what you guys would want to see added to Nikke, because I'm very, very curious, right? But it's going to be your boy Zxous. Let me know if I hit the nail on the coffin with these points, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys subscribe and like, and I love you guys. I'm out. Peace.